Hello and welcome to this month's edition of What's Happening on the RJ National. My name's Jamie Hughes and I'm the greenkeeper here. I've now been here for about 2 months, just over, and I'm getting settled into my new roles, responsibilities and all my duties. As part of those duties, I have to monitor our water usage on the golf course. I have the ability to fill the lake up when it needs it, and I've got a full irrigation system around the golf course. So I regularly take pump readings from the irrigation shed. And while we're in the irrigation house, we're going to have a look at the irrigation computer and just look at how we program all the different schedules and how to switch that on and off. After this rather fantastic summer we've had, with temperatures rising as high as 30 degrees, the course, particularly a golf course like this, has suffered somewhat. We've seen a lot of dry patches, a lot of localised dry spots, and also some hydrophobic soil. This is a rather serious matter which stops moisture from entering the surface and getting to those roots. So we need to get in there with a remedial action. And for this, I'm going to use a product called Aqueduct, which I'm going to mix up and I'm going to spray to the tees, the greens, the approaches, anywhere that needs it, to allow that moisture to get down at them roots and make that grass healthy and green again. Something I do regularly here, in fact I do it weekly, is I take moisture readings and soil temperature readings on all the greens, the tees and the approaches. On a golf course like this, I think, as it's so free draining, I think it's very useful, and it's a good indication of knowing when to irrigate and when I don't need to irrigate. The two trees on the left you see being cut down, a horse chestnut and an oak, are providing shade on half the green through the whole day, and with that shade being on that green, it's holding moisture in the soil, and as we know, power likes moisture and it's encouraging the power, and we don't want this. So we've decided after much debate that the trees are going to come down. We're going to be able to dry this green out a bit better, manage the moisture levels better, and ultimately crowd out that power. And the great thing with having these trees down is we've got 3 fantastic new bug piles, which is brilliant for our creepy crawly things. The other issue we have here, and you'll see them dotted around here, are worm casts. These were up a full month early on this green, and we believe that to be a result of the shade of these trees increasing their moisture level, which we know the worms like, and as a result they're casting all along this apron here, and you can see they're encroaching into the green as well. So another thing that was due this month was a feed to the football pitch. For this I'm going to use a bag of Prestige 1266 formula. This is a granular fertiliser, high in nitrogen, and this is going to encourage top growth that we want to see on a football pitch. It's also going to give it a nice green colour. When I've done with this, I'm going to be switching on the irrigation heads manually, and I'm going to be watering that fertiliser in as we should. I'm not due any rain, so I need to get some water on there first. And I think something I'm going to inquire about here is a remote control, as some courses have them, so I don't get soaked. We're now into that time of year where we're getting high humidity through the day, and we're starting to see heavy dew formations in the morning. So it's important from now through the winter to remove that dew, particularly when we're not cutting, and we'll do that via switching. By doing this, we're helping to decrease the risk of turfgrass disease attacks such as fusarium. As I take a seat and have a rest on one of these new bug piles, I'm going to be thinking about my autumn renovation. I've made a start to this by holocoring the tees this month for the first time, and we'll probably do them 2 or 3 more times over the course of the next couple of months. There's an excessive thatch build-up in the tees, which we could tell from when we walked on. They're very spongy. This because the thatch is sitting in that surface, holding on to the moisture, not allowing it through. So that's got to come out. For this I'm going to use my Greens Air 24 with micro holocores, and I'm going to remove as many cores as I can, taking that thatch out, leaving the holes open to breathe, allowing some moisture in there down to the roots. Once we're done, we'll rake the cores up, collect them in the buggy and dispose of them. I've also had a chance this month to get the Wiedemann in from Ipswich Town, put it on the back of one of our Ezeki tractors, and aerate the football pitch. What I'm doing is aerating down to 5 inches and allowing some much needed oxygen into the soil and into the roots. Well, that's all for now in this month's edition of What's Happening on the RJ National. Please join us next month where we'll be looking at a little bit more autumn renovation, including some overseeding and some verticane. It's my first video out the way and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I'll see you next month.